Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Milan Community Activity Center, or should I say the Milan Center for Design, and 212 Art Center's Art on the Runway. This is our third year. My name is Michelle Montour, and I am a lifelong artist, testing the waters in many medium. Over the last 15 years, my concentration has been fiber arts, such as this scarf. I'm also an instructor at 212, teaching silk dyeing and felting, which brings me to a point. 212 has classes for everyone, all age groups, no experience necessary. Our instructors are very talented and knowledgeable, and you'll have a great time. A couple of things I want to remind you is please turn off your phone, and I know I mentioned that, and that no photography, except we do have a 212 photographer here, okay? I just don't want any distractions to the show. Okay, let's sit back, relax, and let's start our show. We begin with a mother and daughter collaborative piece titled Friday Night Neon Skirt and Hat with Fab Scarf by Holly and John Losey. Holly has a BFA from the Center for Creative Designs with an emphasis in textile design, and John is in eighth grade and enjoys designing and building functional items from all sorts of materials, fondly called miscellaneous garbage junk. As a 212 staff member, Holly has listened to the Himley Wreath class with Christy Howden, a class you could take many times. On a girls' weekend, she and her friends experimented with the Himley technique. They were being goofy, and they created shapes that they tried on their heads. Guess what? An idea was born. Traditionally, these pieces are made from agricultural straw, but they chose plastic cocktail straws. She had the vision, and John was the engineer. Holly said there was a real wow factor as the shapes began to take form. Our model, Heather, is also wearing a silk scarf that Holly created a few weeks ago in my silk dyeing class. Show it off. Okay. She did a great job in matching colors and creating a soft pattern to complement the angularity of the skirt and hat. The skirt is a size 30 waist and available today for $75. Do a spin. There you go. The hat for $25, but the scarf is part of Holly's personal collection. Thank you, Heather. Nice job. Yay! Artist Holly Craig is wearing her patchwork t-shirt, Gypsy Rose handbag, and Downton Ab Fab hat. She has a BFA from Eastern Michigan University in printmaking, but has been more involved in mixed media and fiber art in recent years. Holly cut up old t-shirts and pieced them together using zigzag stitches. This has been the year of the sewing machine for Holly. She has enjoyed creating something new out of old clothing that she couldn't bear to throw out. The look of the handbag was inspired by fabric sample books. The pieced scraps have a heavy paper backing which acts as an interfacing. The removable flower was created from disassembling fake flowers and repiecing with tulle and an antique button. Holly's Downton, I have so much trouble with that, Ab Fab hat was one of the first things she made when she learned how to use her sewing machine. She machine stitched most of the hat and hand stitched the crown to the brim. The flower is made similarly as the one on the handbag with vintage sequins. The patchwork t-shirt is a small medium and available today for $20. The hat and handbag are part of Holly's personal collection. Thank you, Holly. Some of you may identify the weaving talent of our knitting professor, Donna McCauley, in this fabulous glitter scarf. Donna has always loved working with yarn, fabric, and beads. One of Donna's passions is passing that love of fiber art along to others through teaching. Donna has been teaching at 212 for 6 years. She also volunteers at the Ann Arbor Cancer Support Community Center, where she teaches knitting. This scarf is woven with colored thread of a very fine bamboo mixed with fine silver metallic thread, hence the glitter scarf. Our model Lou is also wearing the flat felted piece hat created by Carol Rapaski. Her inspiration came from a class she took at Aramont School of Arts and Crafts at Gatlinburg, Tennessee, called How to Make Your Own Flat Pattern. Carol made flat felted pieces from wool and silk tops, then cut her pattern, sewed it together, then felted it again. Her favorite part was seeing the hat come together from her paper model. This glitter scarf is available today for $75 and the hat for $65. And I want to let you know that Lou is a wonderful roommate, okay? She and I roomed together and had a great time. Thank you, Lou. Cindy Barnett has nothing to shrug about these days. She has been knitting for a short time under the tutelage of Donna McCauley in a class called Take the Mystery Out of Knitting. Donna found this pattern for Cindy and pushed her into making it, not literally, okay? Cindy didn't think she could knit, but Donna proved her wrong. Michelle is also wearing Eileen Shivik's favorite colors necklace made from bronzite and dyed jasper. When Eileen saw these stones, she had to have them and enjoyed finding beads to complement the jasper. You might notice a little wire object on our model. Michelle Benton, our model, broke away from her sewing box and decided to make something different, of all things, bugs. She enjoyed using different tools like pliers and beads, much different than a sewing machine, which is her usual tool of trade. The shrug is part of Cindy's personal collection. Favorite Colors necklace is available today for $98 and the bug for a mere $23. Thank you, Michelle. The vest worn by Megan is one of mine. I received a crocheted circular vest from a friend and decided it would look great in silk gauze. I started with yardage, dyed the fabric using the shibori technique arashi, which is pole wrapping. So wherever you see the lines, that's where the cording was tied. I then serged the raw edges. The biggest challenge was the armholes. As you notice, they're quite large because they got larger and larger, trying to overlap the end to finish the piece properly. Megan is also wearing another of Eileen Shivik's rose pearl necklace, which can adjust from 13 to 16 inches. Eileen wanted to modernize a vintage crystal necklace. The necklace is made with rose and clear crystals and white pearls, along with sterling silver. Eileen was happy to bring a new life to an old forgotten, once loved piece of jewelry. The vest is a medium and available today for $60. The necklace for $75. Thank you, Megan. You look great. Cornelia Wend is inspired by her environment, where she finds materials for unique art. She loves collecting things to create all types of art, including the garments that she's wearing, titled Tide. When Cornelia's father passed away, she found all of his ties, some of which she had created herself. She couldn't throw them away, so Cornelia decided to make these garments. First, the ties were sewn together. Then she cut basic forms out of cotton sheets for the blouse and skirt. Everything was sewn by hand or machine in the fashion she taught to her as a child by her mom. The bracelet, which is titled Impact, is made from wood and silver. Cornelia found pieces of wood from trees destroyed by emerald ash borer. The beautiful patterns made by the beetles allowed her to show the beauty and fragility of nature at the same time. She cut the wood into pieces and used various wire wrapping patterns to assemble them in a different way to give this bracelet its unique look. The blouse and skirt ensemble is a size 16-18 and is available today for $399 and the bracelet for $290. Thank you, Cornelia. Elise is wearing another creation by Donna McCauley, titled Marshmallow Mobius. This shawl is loosely woven with a tensile warp, which is the vertical, and a mohair weft, which is the horizontal, that adds to the softness and drape. Donna wanted to weave a shawl that would be dressy as well as warm. This wrap should be hand washed in cool water, laying flat to dry. Elise is also wearing jewelry created by Kathy Renberg. A local Saline resident, Kathy tries to come up with themes for her collections. This year she wanted to use stones from the United States. The Septarian stone in this collection is actually from Michigan. Their deep, rich colors and bold patterns led Kathy to combine them with sterling silver and brass. A dark patina was applied to the metal to enhance the stone. The bracelets that she's wearing have an industrial look to complement the boldness of the necklace with hammered metal and an added dark patina. For the earrings, Kathy abstracted round brass washers, repeating the sterling silver motif from the necklace. Donna's Mobius shawl fits most is available today for $150. The Septarian stone necklace is available for $150. Bracelets are $45 each. Elise actually has 2 of them on, and the earrings are $28. Thank you, Elise. Lisa Bellinger continues to express her artistic self, working in different mediums. She loves combining techniques and mediums to explore her love of nature and the world around her. Casual Garden is a t-shirt that Lisa created while experimenting with Sharpie marker tie-dye. She noticed how the shapes started looking like fields of flowers. She then drizzled isopropyl alcohol on the shirt, causing the colors to migrate and blend, after which she continued to draw with permanent marker. Lisa enjoyed this process because it combined her love for color, doodling, and drawing. The shirt is heat set, but should be hand washed in cold water. I don't know if you've noticed, but this colorful shirt drew the attention of a bug. Another one of Michelle's bugs. Looks like a perfect match to me. Lisa's shirt is a medium, though marked large on shirt, and is available today for $65. And the gorgeous little bug on the shoulder is $23. Thanks, Maggie. Kelly is wearing I Do and Me Too, a skirt that Karen Losey created for her son's wedding, which was held at her home this summer. She purchased a white skirt, thinking she could also wear it to the wedding because all she'd have to do is paint it. Karen used glue resist, a technique she learned at 212 a few years ago, with Jacquard Dynaflow fabric paint. After setting the color, Karen washed off the glue only to find that the color had faded. She decided to wear it to the wedding anyway, but then she washed it and repainted it using the Dynaflow product again, along with Shira oil stick to give the purple a richer tone. Kelly is also wearing Claudia Martinez Tree of Life, which is a lampwork bead made with silver glass and copper. Her inspiration of a tree is a symbol of life and season change. Claudia finds silver glass interesting because a single rod of glass can produce a variety of colors. The challenge is this glass doesn't always react the same way, but fun to find surprising results. Tree of Life is part of a series that Claudia is creating. Each bead is unique depending on the base and the color of the silver glass. Karen's skirt is a size 22-24 and actually is available today for $110. Claudia's necklace is part of her personal collection, but she's making more just in time for 212 holiday sale in December. Thank you, Kelly. You did a great job. Next, we have one of Donna McCauley's beautiful woven garments worn by Katie. This casual tunic is rayon and was woven with 4 different colors in the warp. I'm not going to quiz you guys on that. And black in the weft, which is the horizontal. Donna's inspiration came from a tunic she purchased from J. Jill. She assures everyone this tunic looks great with dress slacks or jeans and even leggings. Katie is also wearing another lampwork bead by Claudia Martinez. Claudia is a multimedia artist and loves working with her hands, and she does everything with an artistic twist, from painting to baking to jewelry, you name it. The bead is called her Ginny bead, which slides up and down the cording and was inspired by a commission from a friend. A glass bead is rolled in silver foil and encased with glass. Thin lines of black glass are applied around the bead, and then silver wire is also applied on the outside of the bead. Claudia first learned lampwork at 212 from Barbara Uras. She continues to take classes around the world in places like Venice, famous for its historic tradition of glassmaking. Casual tunic is a small medium and available today for $150, and the Ginny bead is part of Claudia's personal collection. Thank you, Katie. Carol Crotty believes that the fiber seed was planted when she was about 5 years old. Her very patient babysitter taught her how to knit. After Carol's experience with yarn, nothing could stop her from moving to sewing, weaving, or anything that had to do with fiber. Emily is wearing Dancing in the Rain that Carol made from, are you prepared for this? A shower curtain, cloth curtain liner, and a man's silk tie. The zipper is from a disposable coverall suit. Talk about upcycling. Believe it or not, the inspiration for this dress came from the dancing pigs design on the tie. Emily makes sure they see those pigs. So I'm thinking, shower curtains, dancing pigs? Carol, what an imagination. Emily is also wearing flower pod earrings by Christine Haddocks. They are sterling silver and cast from dried flower pods. Christine explains that casting is the process of taking an object or wax model, making an investment mold around it, and burning the item out, leaving a void which is filled with metal, in this case, sterling silver. The dress is a size 10, and I'm not sure why, but it will be available in April 2016, and it is $65. The pod earrings are available today for $65. Thank you, Emily. That looks great on you. Next, we have Groovy 60s dress. I just want to have some music on, you know what I mean? Worn by artist Kelly Adams, and definitely one of a kind. Come on, do the pony, okay? She loves to learn new forms of art. Kelly has learned how to knit, make jewelry, ceramics, and now sewing. She was given a box of fabric remnants that was filled with beautiful vintage fabrics. So what did she do? She went out and bought a sewing machine and learned how to use it. After doing some research, she discovered that the fabric was hand-screened from 1965. So what did she do next? She went on Etsy and ordered a dress pattern from 1965. Here it is. 75 cents. So with the help of her sister, she created this come back. So with the help of her sister, she created this groovy dress and now can't wait to sew her way through her box of vintage fabrics. The dress and boots and the pattern are part of Kelly's personal collection. Nice job, Kelly. Our next models are wearing a small collection by artist Michelle Benton. She started sewing at 17 when she spent her tax refund on a sewing machine and a pair of Nike shoes. I don't know where they come up with these combos. Michelle loves putting different fabrics together. Recently, she was obsessed with making aprons like the one she's wearing. Everyone got one for Christmas, but considering her obsession, Michelle had many extras. So she added straps and made them into summer tops. that both Holly and her sister Kelly are wearing. That was a good solution. Our models, I don't think Michelle is, but I think the other two are also wearing other bugs created by Michelle. Take note of those, and then I'll let you know what the cost is. Bless you. The apron is a medium and is available for $25 because you know Michelle has more in her stash, so if anybody would like this, she'd be happy to sell it to you. And both the summer tops are also mediums and available for $35 each. And Michelle's infamous bugs are available for $23. Thank you, Michelle, Holly, and Kelly. All right, have you heard of 212's Yarn Bomb? It's our time in the spring when we adorn several trees on Michigan Avenue with colorful yarn sweaters. Gaines Collins orders the yarn and distributes it in the winter to Cake Eaters and Friends. And Cake Eaters is a group that meets on Friday mornings at 212. Come late spring, those trees are dressed. Most people love our sweaters, our tree sweaters. Others say, I don't know what those people are thinking. But we already know artists are of a different breed. What happened, Lou? Is it okay? Okay. Well, artist Nancy Miller, oh my God, I love it, hates throwing things away. You're fine, Lou. It's okay. And since 212 hosts frequent challenges, she decided to challenge herself to make something useful out of the colorful discarded pieces. Hence, the Yarn Bomb sweater, which was the first, the ponchos, and the hats with attitude that have got Lou in a tizzy. First she washed everything, 2 loads, then separated into knitted and crochet. Some pieces needed to be unraveled in order to fit with other pieces. The challenge in making these garments was finding pieces that would fit together that were different sizes, gauges, and widths. Okay, just a second here. Okay, the sweater is a large and available today for $30. The ponchos are $20 each, and the hats are $10 each. Sales of these items will be a contribution to the advancement of 212 Art Center. Thank you, Gay, Lou, especially Lou, and Cornelia. Our next model, Kathy, is wearing one of Karen Losey's infamous hats. She acquired the beautiful upholstery trim at an Ann Arbor Fiber Arts Guild meeting. Karen's first thought was how great it would look if all the fringe could be standing straight up. She has been knitting and felting since 2009. Karen's challenge was getting 194 pieces of trim to stand up. She solved this dilemma, are you okay? Yeah. By braiding some and attaching them to the crown. Others are supported by wires covered with vertical I-cords. Karen usually titles her hats before she makes them, but this hat had to wait until her daughter-in-law, Rachel, came to the rescue. The color and details reminded her of Notre Dame, which then became the title. Kathy is also wearing a hand-felted cowl scarf by Carol Ropaski. She has been making cowls for several years and finds them more convenient than scarves. Carol used merino pre-felt wool fabric that she wet felted using a method learned from felter Chad Alice Hagen, who is quite well known. Lastly, I don't want you to miss the slimline earrings by Christine Haddock. They are fabricated with a roller mill imprinted texture. Christine never finds metalsmithing boring. Even the smallest pieces are exciting to create. The earrings are sterling silver and available today for $45, and the cowl for $60. Notre Dame is part of Karen's personal collection. Thank you, Kathy. Green Success, worn by Lori, was created by Victoria Mersner. Victoria had acquired a variety of sample pieces, so she challenged herself to combine them into a garment. Victoria has been sewing since she was a child. In her family, if you wanted new clothing, you had to learn how to sew. Victoria enjoyed the process of concept to finished product. Lori is also wearing pop tab chainmail flapper necklace and computer bug earrings by Kelsey. Thank you. I'll just leave it at that. Kelsey Kais. Kelsey needed jewelry for a dress she had upcycled, so she chained pop tabs with handmade jump rings. Kelsey has been using this technique for years and was having a ton of fun until she remembered that pop tabs are harder on the hands than jump rings. The earrings are Kelsey's idea of computer bugs. She is crazy for bees and holds a patent on her computer bugs. Green Success is part of Victoria's personal collection, as is Kelsey's necklace. But the computer bug earrings are available today for $24. Thank you, Lori. No? Okay. Next, we have another of Donna McCauley's beautiful woven scarves. She wanted to create something to subtly support U of M Wolverines or Notre Dame, and I say go blue, okay? Suitable for men or women, it is woven in ring spun rayon, which is extremely soft and silky. Katie is also wearing another Subterranean stone collection by Kathy Renberg. The necklace is sterling silver and brass with white plastic washers. The bracelet is fun and chunky, made from sterling silver and brass with aluminum complementing the necklace. The funky hooped earrings are also sterling silver and brass. The maize and blue scarf is available today for $75. Kathy's Subterranean necklace is available for $140. The bracelet for $75, and the earrings for $30. Nice job. Thank you, Katie. Blue Success is another piece garment worn by artist Victoria Mersner. Victoria cleverly obtained an abandoned hand-woven scarf and matched it with other pieces of fabric. The pattern is an original, as is the embroidery on the back. The pierced enameled copper pendant was created by lifelong artist Christine Haddock. First, she sawed copper. All right, does everyone know what that is? Pierced sawed. I didn't, so I looked it up. A pierced saw is a saw that looks like a hacksaw with a much finer blade. The metal is pierced, and then the blade is detached from one end, slid through the hole, and reattached. Shapes are then cut. This means that Kathy cut all the shapes individually. That's a lot of cutting and keeping things looking as beautiful as that necklace. She finished the pendant by enameling the copper. Victoria's vest is a 12-14 and available today for $60. Kathy's copper pendant is available for $45. Thank you, Victoria. Next, we have 3 beautiful necklaces by Julie Stowe. Before metalsmithing, she was a professional fiber artist. producing her own line of hand-woven and hand-knit clothing. It just shows you how artists go. They go from soft to hard. Mod Vibes, worn by Megan, was inspired by the 1950s modern aesthetics of circles and lines. The Scrivito design is hand-drawn, and the torch-fired enamel in white and turquoise is enhanced by the repeated lines, circles, and spirals in sterling silver. Waves, worn by Barb, was water-inspired. Waves leaving lines on the beach are reflected in the small detailed lines drawn in graphite on this bold black and white enamel. Julie's favorite part of creating these necklaces is the creative challenge of the settings. The surrounding sterling silver is hand hammered with freshwater pearls that are hand riveted on one side. Heather, our last model, is wearing Sea Glass Dreams. The Scrivito drawings found in the enameled centerpiece were inspired by Julie's memories of ocean plants lying on the beach after a storm. Wet-packed enamel add color to the drawing. The surrounding hand-forged sterling silver frame is attached to a beautiful, naturally formed piece of genuine sea glass. I know you'll be happy to hear that all of these necklaces are available today. Mod Vibes, worn by Megan, is $475. Waves, worn by Barb, is available for $295. And Sea Glass Dreams, worn by Heather, is available for $295. Thank you, Megan, Barb, and Heather. With the help of the 212 Fiber Group and Cake Eaters, Christine Shupman now considers herself an artist. Cecilia is wearing rose skirt that was inspired by a donation to 212 of interior decor fabric swatches from Lance Holland. The rainbow look of the swatches reminded Christine of the roses she created for her wedding 20 years ago. So in honor of their anniversary, she made over 300 fabric roses to make this skirt. Each rose was folded and hand-sewn to a felt skirt. They are attached in ascending color and fabric thickness. Though this process absorbed most of Christine's summer, that I'm sure you'll agree with me the payoff was worth it. Cecilia is also wearing Earth Tone Necklace by Sandra Zanakis. This necklace is part of her Frida collection, inspired by Frida Kahlo and the recent exhibit at the DIA. The beads are a combination of African brass, vintage carved antler, amber, and wood. Sandra loves to combine materials from different eras and geographical areas. Aztec sun earrings are replicas of the Aztec sun that works with this collection because Frida's art was also inspired by pre-Columbian art. Rose skirt is a size 8 and is available today for $400, earth tone necklace for $79, and Aztec earrings for $20. Thank you, Cecilia. Gay Halseth loves vintage and reworking vintage. While setting up her new sewing room, she came across fabric she'd forgotten. Sound familiar, anyone? What better way to enhance this romantically embellished vintage army jacket than to add silk ribbon and applique? And when Kelly goes by, you need to take a close look at the applique on the back on the embroidery. Kelly is also wearing Tatted Medallion by Christine Haddock. Wanting to try something new, Christine combined tatting and metalsmithing to create this unique necklace. A tatted motif was cast, then placed in a mold, burnt out, and replaced with silver. Also, a last-minute entry to our show is Stacy Harper's Fly Away Free Purse. This purse was inspired by Stacy's love of birds. Using the process taught by the infamous Kat Campbell, Stacy created this purse with any material she had on hand. She used techniques from hand sewing to beading, giving old lace and a macrame belt new purpose. Gay's vintage jacket is a large, and available today for $150. Christine's necklace was for sale, but I don't know who purchased it the day we juried it into our show, so that's not available. But Stacy's Flyaway Free Purse is available today for $60. Thank you, Kelly. From Russia with Love, created by Margie Bovee, evolved from her love of color and texture and a desire to use all the yarn that she collected over the past 10 years. During these years, Margie learned from Kat Campow how to knit and felt handbags. The desire to use her stash encouraged her to attempt a garment. Margie's technique is simple. You buy beautiful yarns, combine them by color and texture, and just start knitting. As long as there's no pattern involved, she's really happy. The result was this long skirt that reminded Margie of a photo she had seen of her grandmother in 1917. Grandma was arriving in America with her family after a long, harsh journey from Latvia. Kelly is also wearing Bun Warmer Headband by Holly Craig. Holly loves to wear her hair in her signature style, 2 pigtail buns, but finds it hard to find hats that will keep her head and ears warm. Holly has been upcycling old wool sweaters for a while, but this was one of her first wearable items using her sewing machine. Please take note of the embellishment in the bands. She did a great job. Up North Necklace by Eileen Shivik was inspired during a trip to the UP and the beauty of the Great Lakes. The stones were actually found along the beach. Eileen is a self-taught jewelry artist and enjoys bead embroidery. Margie's skirt is part of her personal collection, though I'm sure she'd be happy to share her pattern. Holly's headband is available today for $20, and Eileen's Up North necklace is available for $125. Thank you, Kelly. Good. Asymmetrical Tunic is another of Holly Craig's upcycling creations. A friend had given her a lavender linen Henley-styled house dress. Holly thought, that's really boring, and it's not really my style. So she decided to chop it up. She reassembled it, adding asymmetrical layers, and dyed it gray, which gives it that gray, dusty look. The lovely scarf, worn by Katie, was made during one of my silk dyeing classes at 212 by Gaines Collins. Gaines' daughter was having an outdoor fall wedding, and Gaines needed a light wrap to wear over her dress. Through careful mixing of colors, Gaines achieved the pattern and colors that complemented her dress. And remember, you too can create beautiful scarves by taking silk dyeing at 212. You can find our classes online at www.212arts.org. Thank you. And I'm sure you're all curious about the handbag, Duct Tape Messenger Bag by Lisa Bellinger. Yes, I said duct tape. Lisa had recently taught a duct tape class to teenagers and was inspired by the pastel colors. First, she created duct tape fabric strips and wove them together, layering more tape to the back with matte board in between to stabilize it. Katie, make sure that you open the bag so people can see the construction inside. The tunic and scarves are part of Holly and Gaines' personal collections. The bag is now part of Margie Bovee's personal collection. Thank you, Katie. Nancy Miller, the one that did the poncho and everything that got Lou all crazy, got the idea for denim and lace while looking at on Pinterest. As we know, Nancy can't bear to throw useful items away and loves to upcycle. She is a master of upcycle. Nancy purchased the denim jacket at a yard sale with the intention of embellishment. A few weeks later, Nancy found a circular tablecloth. Now she was all set to start her project. After dyeing the glaze, which she said was a lot of fun, she added it to all the edges of the jacket, happy that it was an easy process, that it fit that well. The buttons are from a wool sweater that she felted and then made into mittens. Oh, and let's not forget another of Michelle's little wire bugs. A perfect combination. Denim and lace jacket is available today for $35 and Michelle's bug for $23. Thank you, Elise. Artist Kelty Kais has been disassembling and reassembling clothes since she was little. Kelsey was invited to a roaring 20, oh, wait a minute, I'm on the wrong one. Pardon me, sorry, let me back up here. Next we look to Michelle Benton's other artistic side. Sewing, we're getting away from the bugs and we're going to sewing now. The floral skirt and bag, vintage sheet, skirt and bag, worn by Maggie, thank you Maggie, was actually made from vintage sheets. Michelle is not a pattern user, kind of like Margie, but with patience, she learned how to cut pattern pieces together, to cut and put pattern pieces together. The quilting on the skirt adds to its uniqueness, and the bag is reversible. Michelle's other skirt bag set, entitled Tablecloth Skirt and Bag, worn by Emily, was inspired by an employee at Joann Fabrics. This fabric caught Michelle's eye, and she decided to purchase it. The woman at the counter suggested making a tablecloth. Well, Michelle had other ideas. She quilted the design and added an elastic waistband. Michelle thought this combo would be fun to wear while traveling. Vintage sheet, skirt, and bag are available today for $50. But tablecloth, skirt, and bag are part of Michelle's personal collection. Thank you, Maggie and Emily. Okay, now that I have the right order, artist Kelsey Kais has been disassembling and reassembling clothes since she was little. Kelsey was invited to a Roaring 20s party, and what better way to use her artistic talent than to make a flapper outfit. Her creative juices started kicking in just prior to a visit with her fabulous mother. Together, they brainstormed and came up with this upcycled t-shirt flapper dress. Yes, Kelsey created her dress from a stack of t-shirts. As a flapper, she also needed a headband, so straight to the recycle bin she went and made a flower from grape Faygo cans. As you can see, Kelsey would rather spend her time creating than shopping. This outfit is part of Kelsey's personal collection. Thank you, Heather. Nice job. Rise of the Phoenix, worn by Megan, was created by me in response to an upcycling challenge with the Ann Arbor Fiber Arts Guild. I had a long crocheted skirt with a waistband that had lost its elasticity, but I wouldn't get rid of it. So I cut off the waistband and inner lining. Not knowing what to do with it, I threw it over my shoulders and lifted my arms. The answer. I then wet felted merino wool to it and machine stitched. Megan is also wearing Earth, a felted wool hat by Karen Losey. This hat was originally created in 2009 and won second place in 2012's gallery show titled Earth, A New Perspective, based on a book by Nicholas Cheatham. Karen knitted, felted, machine needle felted, and recently hand coached metallic and satin thread, giving it new life. The Obsidian Teardrop Pendant is another lovely necklace by Christine Haddock. The Art Nouveau era influences this design, which is based on nature. This is a fabricated piece with pierced sewing and a bezel set obsidian sewn in sterling silver. The Phoenix, do it again, thank you, is part of my personal collection. Karen's hat has been through quite a lot, but she's planning on doing more to it, so it's part of her personal collection. But the really good news is Christine's pendant is available today for $195. Great. Thank you, Megan. Next we have V4, Val's Vogue Vinyl Vest. And no, I'm not going to say it again. This vest was made from a vinyl banner announcing a 212 exhibit featuring Celine artist Val Mann. Artist Holly Craig cut the banner using a fitted woman's blouse as a guide for the front and back darts. She intentionally placed the word bust where you see it, because we know artists have senses of humor. Holly enjoyed working with materials that are not typically used in garment construction. She finished the edges and inner seams with the pattern duct tape, which turned out to be a great combination for this vest. The vest is a small and is available today for a generous donation. You get to determine what is generous for the advancement of 212 Arts Center. Thank you, artist Holly Craig. Oops, do it again. Lori is wearing a hand-woven garment by Donna McCauley. Donna wanted to create something, that's nice, a little different than her successful Mobius wraps. This poncho is simple, lightweight, and easy to slip on and take off. Is that true, Lori? Okay. All right. Lori is also wearing another of Sandra Zanakis necklace and earring set from her Frida collection. The double strand red and turquoise necklace is made with red and poppy jasper, African and Chinese turquoise, carved wood, burned nuts from Africa, red seeds and coral and Chinese cinnabar. Sandra mimics Frida's style by combining chunky beads, necklaces with delicate earrings, creating contrast. I'm really happy everyone's taking advantage of touching the fabric, but you really don't know unless you do touch. So getting back to the earrings. The earrings are a lovely vintage filigree cone drop earrings. Donna's red side poncho is available today for $140. The red and turquoise necklace for $125, and the earrings for $35. Thank you, Lori. That looks great on you. It's $140. Glass artist Barbara Uris wanted to create a special dress for her Fire and Ice exhibit in Pennsylvania. She was surprised to find the flame fabric at Joann's, of all places. And we confirmed she did have a coupon, so it's all good. Barb's intention was to embrace her theme of fire, thinking the dress would contribute to the exhibit as a whole, and of course, it would make her look hot. Pun intended, okay? Barb's mom taught her how to sew when she was 5, so cutting the pattern and sewing them together brought back many fond memories. Her favorite part was sewing on the beads, go figure. The accompanying flame purse was part of the exhibit. Fiery colors of yellow, orange, and red capture the essence of very hot and high temperatures. Those same temperatures needed to melt glass. And we all know how Barb loves molten glass. Glass beads were sewn onto hardware cloth with felt as the lining. Barb doesn't knit, so this cloth is the perfect material for attaching beads. Barb's flame dress is part of her personal collection and has also inspired her to make more of her own clothing. But the flame purse is available today for $500. Okay, thanks, Barb. Oh, And by the way, you do look hot. Glass Skirt by Christine Shipman was inspired by a story of a glass jacket. As this was her first glass garment, she chose to make a simple skirt with pastel-colored fused glass with dichroic highlights at the bottom. Make sure you point out the dichroic. Okay. This idea started last spring in a 212 Arts Advanced Fused Glass class. Christine developed a few different techniques in her studio for a glass curtain first. Then she applied these techniques to this skirt. It took 3 weeks to fuse the glass. The pieces were then attached together with key rings for easy replacement if necessary. Once Christine had her fabric, she attached it to 3 hoops cut from tomato cages with key rings and wire. Thick fabric suspenders were added to complete this amazing skirt. I can't imagine how heavy that must be. Cecilia, is it real heavy? Or is it kinda? Okay.
12 pounds.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This skirt can be yours today. It is a size 8 and available for a mere $1,500. Thank you, Cecilia. Great job. Well, this concludes our show. We hope you enjoyed it. I want to remind everyone that items for sale from the Runway will be brought out in just a moment and should be purchased from the artist. A big thank you goes to people that were involved. I'm thanking them to make this event happen. First and foremost, Margie Bovee, Gaines Collins, Megan Stahl, Holly Losi, Sandra Zanakis, Cindy Barnett, Jim Harmon and Kathy Harmon, and let's not forget our wonderful models. Are you ready? Heather, Holly, Lou, Michelle, Megan, Cornelia, Elise, Maggie, Kelly, Katie, Emily, Kelly, Gay, Kathy, Lori, Victoria, Barb, and Cecilia.